Good morning. My name's Tom. I come to you from the great state of Maine. Welcome to my cabin this morning. Want to start out with, I'm having a great cup of coffee this morning. One of my subscribers, Doug, sent me some coffee this week. He said, I want to have coffee on me this week. Well, if any of you have been watching this channel for any length of time, one thing we're really good at is drinking coffee. And I know the sun is terrible this morning, but that's the way it is out here on the porch first thing in the morning. This is my favorite place to have a cup of coffee. So Doug sent me up 3 pounds. 3 pounds of fresh coffee. This is organic Brazil. I left 1 pound home from my wife. It wasn't quite half and half, Doug. But this one, I don't have my glasses on. Organic. I guess you'll have to know that one, Doug. Unless I go get my glasses. Sorry. But anyways, I've got the organic Brazil in there this morning. I ground some up. I perked it here in the I hope you can see all that. I perked it here on the porch. It was a good place this morning to do all that. I'm still kind of waking up myself. But what a beautiful day. I was expecting rain. I was expecting rain from what the radio said. Now I guess it might come in tomorrow afternoon. Who knows? But great cup of coffee, Doug. I hope you've got a pot on. Maybe somewhere in the title here we'll give you a little heads up so you can make sure to put a pot on and have a cup of coffee with me. And if you wait, there's going to be fresh donuts later. I was going to make fresh donuts last night, but I got tied up in making that pie. You guys might have caught that short video I put out on the deer meat pie. So I got making that and kind of got steered away from the donuts for a minute. So I'm going to make them this morning after I wake up just a little bit more. Or enjoy this coffee just a little bit more. The place looks great. Not too many trees came down over the winter, so that's always a good thing. But quiet here. I am so happy to be back. I spent a lot of time the last 2 years working on Beaver Creek. So I haven't spent a whole lot of time here because of Beaver Creek. But that's all right. The trade-off was Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek is, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go in and catch that. It's in a whole playlist, building up of Beaver Creek. So it took me the last 2 summers to get Beaver Creek where it's comfortable. So this summer, I'm back here at the Rustic log cabin. Now I've got to catch up. I've got some work to do. My fire building out back, I need to jack that up, put some pads under it. Winter wasn't kind to it this winter. Nothing bad, it just needs to be leveled up. It's sitting in a bad spot anyways, wet ground. But I chose the spot because it's the shadiest spot on this whole hill. And I wanted it to be cooler in there because, well, it was if I get a bear in September, it's a place to take care of the bear. That was the original thought. It even has pull-out windows and screens and everything. And I wanted a cool place to be able to work on the bear, because, you know, bear season's in September up here. But it's more turned into a place for tools than a meat house anyways. But because of that, it's not really the best lot on the site for a building. So I do have to play with the pads once in a while. But everything else is setting good. You know, wood pile's setting good. We're getting ready now for spring fishing. The lake is open, so that's good. And the rhubarb patch is growing. So that's really good. I'm thinking strawberry rhubarb pie here another 2 or 3 weeks. My rhubarb patch, I put it in 10 years ago, and then I needed to move it because of the small cabin I built for my daughter. And it was doing really good. It had really taken hold really nice. Big, beautiful rhubarb. But when I moved it, it didn't like it. I moved it to a spot that wasn't quite as sunny. I was trying to get it out of the way so it's easier just to take care of stuff up here. But it didn't like the spot. And it almost died. I mean, it just was not taking hold, no matter what I did to it. So last spring, I had a 4-pound bass. I dug a hole a foot deep, about 10 feet from where the rhubarb was setting. I pulled it out into the bright sun, and I dug a hole a foot deep, and I put that bass down in the bottom of that hole. And then I took half of what rhubarb I had, I cut it in half, because I didn't want to kill it all if it wasn't going to make it. So I cut it in half, and I moved half of it out over the top of that fish. Brought the dirt in around the fish and around the rhubarb, and that thing took off like grease lightning. Once them roots got down into where that fish was, by fall, that rhubarb was 2 feet tall and great big stalks. So I really learned something when it comes to rhubarb and comes to fish last year. One thing, I got another thing to do with bass, which is use it for fertilizer. I already make some great fish nuggets out of it, but some of them I can share with the rhubarb patch. So I'm going to, as we catch them this summer out here, I'm going to plant at least 1 or 2 down there with that rhubarb patch again. Give it some feed. It just seems to really like it. And then I've got rhubarb back at home, so I'm going to bring some fish home for that thing, for that patch as well, and bury them throughout the plot there a little bit, just to give them some food. I didn't realize that planting the fish like that would really help out the rhubarb patch. What I like about that kind of fertilizer is it's free. It's free, and it's no chemicals. Win, win, win. So win, win, win as far as that goes. Great night here at the cabin last night. I went to bed listening to the loons out on the lake and Canadian geese. I was sitting here last night having coffee while I was making that deer meat pie, and the Canadian geese were honking all over the place. So It was great to hear Mother Nature's sounds. Great to be sitting here at the cabin, just enjoying the spot. And I've only been here a little while at this point, and I can tell the toxins from the toxins from everyday life, and just craziness going on in the country and all that. When I pulled into the driveway and got set here at the cabin, I could just feel stress leaving my body. And I didn't even realize probably how stressed out I was over all this foolishness that's going on. So that's something else for me to think about here in the upcoming days and weeks and months. You know, no good can come of having all that on you. I will probably take a hike here before too awful long and see how many dead deer carcasses I find. I don't think I'm going to find that many. And the reason I say that is because I think the coyotes in the last couple of winters have really played havoc on the deer herd right here. Usually I would find anywhere from 3 to 6 dead deer within a quarter mile of this cabin. It's just a big mess when the coyotes get done. It's all fur. There's basically nothing left except for the fur. Maybe some of the backbone, some of the bigger bones. But otherwise than that, the deer is completely hauled off. But I don't think I'm going to find that many this year. I just don't. Because I did get up here a couple of times over the winter, and the deer sign wasn't here like it was in the past, so. But anyways, hey Doug, thank you for the coffee. You will see it throughout the videos here. Because we're having coffee a lot here at the cabin, so. I hope all of you have a good day. And I will see you in the next one.